The 20s, an interval of time often described as the most beautiful, but I believe that statement is incorrect. The 20s are best described as the most memorable interval of our lives, and for many of us the most challenging. Although the term 20s typically refers to ages 20 to 29, I think it's more accurate to say that for many people, their 20s actually begins around 17 or 18 years old. It's during this time that you often get your first job experience, your first serious relationships, and most importantly, their first moments of realizing that adult life isn't as beautiful as many people had previously portrayed. It's common to feel unprepared for this transition from teen to adult, as society often glamorizes youth while neglecting to portray the challenges that come with adulthood. We're taught to expect that once we finish school or reach a certain age, life will automatically be great, but eventually reality sets in after a few parties or weeks of hanging out. You start to notice that things aren't really going as planned. What's next? You start to ask yourself, attempting to find an answer to what you want to do with your life, or more challenging, what your purpose in life is. For these kinds of questions, it's almost impossible to find answers when you're young. Others who are much older may offer suggestions, but do they really know what you want or what your purposes are? No. That's why you end up going to university even if you never really wanted to go, and pursuing a degree that you never want to use in your life. That's also why you end up working 2 or 3 bad jobs at the same time, which can really mess with your mental health. Of course, it would be easier if there was a trusted route to happiness or a goal assigned to you from the moment you were born. However, these people who seem to have been born with a clear goal likely had it placed in their minds by their parents, but what if they never truly wanted to pursue that goal? I believe it's important to discover what we love on our own, regardless of how difficult it may be in the end. You'll know for certain that it's your genuine desire and exactly what you like. We don't have time to make decisions or figure out what we truly enjoy at age 17. You're already choosing which industry to pursue at university. By the time we finish university around age 22, we're expected to immediately find a job, hopefully related to our degree. Sadly, it's usually only around age 21 or 22 that we start to understand our true passions and desires in life. This realization often comes far too late. We may have found what we love, but what about all the time and money spent on university by our parents? We start to prioritize what's best for others rather than ourselves. Did I really spend all this time for no reason? Usually after asking such questions, people forget their true interests and try to build a career based on the degree they received. This video will most likely be named across the lines of something like "How to Waste Your 20s", so I'll provide the main reasons how people waste their 20s and how to avoid them. The first point is that you need to be ready to fail. The number of failures that await you in your 20s will likely exceed the number of successes. Many people say that your 20s are a time for making mistakes, and I agree with that. You're just starting out in almost every important aspect of your life, from relationships to your interests. You've already made a lot of mistakes, and you'll continue to do so in the future. The worst thing you can do is hide from everyone in an attempt to avoid making any mistakes. You need to be ready to make them and accept that mistakes are important for your character building. Second one is the lack of motivation. This can stem from various reasons, such as having high expectations that don't match reality, or being convinced that you won't succeed no matter how hard you try. Regardless of the reason, motivation is crucial for fueling ourselves and achieving our goals. Without it, we might end up stuck in one place for too long. If I'm being honest, motivation is something that doesn't even exist. It's more about your personality and how you react to certain events in your life. Everyone struggles to find the strength to do something at times, but you can't let that go on forever. Once you understand why you lack motivation and what you can do to find it, you'll soon forget what motivation even is. Third one is wrong goal setting. I believe there's no one-size-fits-all strategy for setting goals. It's individual and depends on what you want from life. But what I can say for sure is that having any goal is better than having no goal at all. When you have a goal, you spend less time thinking about motivation and more time focusing on how to achieve it. However, choosing a goal isn't the hard part. The challenge lies in making a plan to reach it. At this stage, people sometimes choose the wrong path. While most can easily imagine the end result, they struggle to envision the steps leading up to it. So when setting a goal, it's essential to also create a step-by-step plan on how to reach it. Without the plan, it will be more challenging to reach your goal. In conclusion, I want to emphasize that Instagram or any other platform like Twitter isn't truly destroying our lives. You can actually make money and build business on social media if you really want to. This video isn't about extreme self-improvement trends seen on YouTube, where you're told to delete all social media to become better. It's a video about you and how you approach life. None of us were prepared for what your 20s had in store, but there's no point in trying to escape all the problems that arise as you grow up. As soon as you start to face them and look for solutions, these problems won't seem as daunting as they do now. No matter how successful some people may seem, they likely made more mistakes than many others combined. There's no better time to make mistakes and start working towards your long-held goals. These mistakes will eventually help you reach the goals you've set for yourself as well. I would like to say thank you for watching the whole video. If you found it useful, you can leave a like and subscribe to the channel.